Can you lift your arms up, please? Like this. Okay. Let me just.
You want me to stand?
No, it's okay because you're going to be a very important person.
Oh no.
You're
Do I have to stand like this?
no, you
sit
can.
like this all the time.
No, once I've done this, you can put your arms down.
Person.
Okay. So. Okay, that's fine. So we have a link.
It doesn't matter whether they're together. The only thing you need for DNS is a place, which is a central place, where you can ask, where is the website that I want to visit? Because the whole idea is it's like a postcode. What if you didn't know anybody's name, but you only knew their postcode? It would be kind of hard to send them a letter if you had to memorize for everyone their postcode. So the idea is we as people, we like to remember names because we're comfortable with that. You know, we're good at faces and names and relating them to each other. So we have DNS, which is basically a place which tells you, okay, that name. So what's your name?
Yeah, access for all.
No, what's your name?
Oh, in the other world, Steve.
Steve.
So Steve is connected to the Amsterdam Internet Exchange. What is that? Okay, and Karina is of course connected to some other Internet Exchange. In this case, probably in London,
For instance,
or it could be in New York.
Could be New York. There's an actual really big cable running along the ocean floor, connecting the Amsterdam Internet Exchange with the New York Internet Exchange.
Having made that link, it then goes to. Sorry, what's your name?
The NSA, National Security Agency.
It goes directly to the National Service. It goes directly there. But so if Freya was sending an email onto the internet, you know, and it's going to routers and it's going through exchanges and it's going through ISPs, is there any problem you can see there?
The problem is that so if you want to be anonymous, it's also difficult how the data are actually traveling, who can see them.
Okay.
Because there is always this way.
Right, exactly. Information is going from A to B, so anyone in between points A and points B will be able to see everything that you do.
Yeah.
So it's not just this guy, it's not just the NSA, it's all of these points along there that your mail is travelling. It can be read, it can be looked at, it can be inspected, it can be seen.
Because basically what happens when you send a mail is it's like walking into the street and shouting very loud what you wanted to say, hoping that someone within earshot will hear you and then shouts it alone. That is basically what happens. Say I have a message for James over there. James is not here. I'm just going to say, hey James, I don't like your beard. You know, I just hope that someone in the neighborhood goes, oh, I'm hearing this message for James. Am I James? No. Do I know James? No, I don't know James. Let me just shout that message again until hopefully someone either knows James or James will hear the message.
And then send assassin back.
Exactly.
Is the information being stored and at some point during this route, or it's just passed on?
It can be stored, but the standard is that it's just passed on.
Does it leave traces? The provider usually has a copy of that.
Come again?
The provider usually stores your...
It depends on where your mail lives. The provider does not actually, at least in this country, the provider does not store an actual copy of the email in a database. No. Okay, so we're starting over here. So we're at the website networktools.com, which is here, before this one, not this one. This is the home router, if you will, of the place where networktools.com is. We're still in Dallas. Okay, another machine in Dallas, but in a different network. By the way, we see that the beginning over here is all the same. Because it's actually the same network. Then we get to Telecity, which I happen to know is a hosting provider. Another big building with lots of machines in it, with big cables going to other big buildings. All of these are big buildings with lots of cables. Okay. And so yeah, we just traveled all across the world, and we found out that the Chokepoint project is hosted in London. That's a trace route.